Hello and welcome to the lightest and best videos of House of Wisdom, where we look at the lightest and best offerings from a variety of knife makers. Today we have a real treat because I have a custom knife from Skiff Blades and Steve Skiff. Steve Skiff is a knife maker based out of Brattlebend, New York. He started making knives in 1998 and became a full-time maker just this past August in 2017. At the time he was part-time maker, transitioning to full-time maker, he had a 5-year waiting list for his custom folders. And this one is one of his customs. It started out just being a regular knife. And then I said, well, because his original Bandit, he makes 2 knives, the Accomplice, which won the Best Tactical Folder Award at the 2017 U.S. Gathering, and then the Bandit. The Accomplice has a 3.5-inch blade. The Bandit is a smaller and lighter knife, having only a 3-inch blade. So I wanted the smaller one, you guys know me, and it's more EDC size. Anyway, so I said the original Bandit came with anodized radius lines along the handle scale. I'll put a picture up here so you can see it. And I didn't care for the aesthetic, so I just asked, could he drop the radius anodized lines and just make a plain handle? But the handle was a polished finish, and I don't like it fingerprinted, so I said, instead of just polishing it, could you just put an orange peel finish, and you can leave the edges polished. You can see the edges are polished, and the handle has an orange peel finish. And he said, sure. And then I asked them a question. What is the coolest material you've ever used on one of your knives that you thought really turned out well? And they said, well, we used black Damascus on a knife, and we thought it was really pretty. And I said, go ahead and do that on mine then. Put a black Damascus pivot and clip on it. And wow, am I happy with the way it turned out. I'm going to do a little macro here so you can appreciate it. The black Damascus is like Damascus in that it's layers of titanium, except that, and so you see the blue and the purple characteristic of titanium whenever it's anodized. But then there's some dark gray to black in it, and that is zirconium, and it has to be treated specially. You have to be a registered knife maker in the U.S. to get it. They get their black Damascus from Alpha Knife Supply. So they require that you be a registered knife maker because it's flammable. It's a little dangerous to work with. You need to know what you're doing. And they reserve it just for United States knife makers. You won't see any of these knives with black Damascus coming out of Canada or South Africa or Russia. And they just keep it for the U.S. makers for whatever reason. I guess they make it. They can sell it to whoever they want to, but oh boy, isn't that pretty? Yeah. Okay, back to the knife. We'll talk about the specifications. The blade length on the Bandit is 3 inches. The handle is a 4-inch handle. And the total knife length, therefore, is about 7 inches. The weight of the knife is 3.6 ounces. In the interest of time, I'm going to show a lot of 3-inch bladed 4-inch handled knives, so just wait a moment. There. Now, wasn't that easy? So we have a variety of knives in the same configuration with a 3-inch blade and a 4-inch handle. Starting on the right is the Hinder XM18 in 3-inch, the Kershaw Leak, the Todd Begg Steelcraft Mini Bodega, the Skiff Blades Bandit, the Ontario Rat 2, and the Browse Blades Bionic. And just as I made them appear magically, I can make them disappear just as fast. The blade on the Bandit is made of CPM 154 steel. It's in a drop point configuration with a hollow grind and a hand rubbed satin finish. There's swedging on the top, but no jimping. The handle is made of titanium. In its normal configuration, it had anodized radiused milled lines on the handle with a polished surface. On my custom version, I requested that he do an orange peel surface and leave the edges polished. On the inside of the scale, he has it blue anodized, and on the inside of the scale, he also has his maker's mark, which is 2 sails representing skiff. A skiff is a small boat. So it's got his maker's mark with the 2 sails, the word Bandit, and number 20. Yes, this is only the 20th Bandit he's ever made. Remember, he's just been a part-time knife maker until August of 2017. and there are blue standoffs also. The construction is an open construction with the two blue anodized standoffs. The pivot runs on ceramic caged bearings. As I've mentioned, it has this black Damascus. And on the clip side, the pivot is oversized and functions as an over-travel stop for the lock bar. The lockup on the knife is with a frame lock, and it locks up securely. There's not any blade play in any direction. It's about a 10 to 15% early lockup. There are also milled recesses so that it's easier to get your thumb in there to disengage the blade. The pocket clip of the knife is a 3D milled pocket clip in this beautiful black Damascus, and the pocket clip is relatively large compared to the size of the knife. However, I don't mind because the whole idea is to show off this beautiful black Damascus along with the pivot collar. The ergonomics of the knife are very simple and very good. It's basically a curved blade which fits into the curve of your hand, and a 4-inch handle is plenty good to get a 4-finger grip on. The action of the knife is very smooth. It's a shakedown smooth. It's not a fall shut smooth, but it shakes down very nicely, and there are no hitches at all in this action. The signage of the knife is one of my perfect orientations. There is no signage externally whenever the knife is in its open position. It's just the beauty of the knife. Whenever you close the knife, you can see the maker mark, which he hides on the blade tang, Skiff for Skiff-made blades. The other signage I've already mentioned, which is the maker's mark with the sail and Bandit number 20 on the inside of the blue anodized handle. So what are my impressions about the Skiff Bandit? I love it. This is one of my coolest knives in my whole collection now. Are there opportunities for improvement? I don't think I can find them in the knife per se, but there are opportunities for the improvement in the business model. For example, Steve Skiff has the capacity to make only 2 to 3 knives per week, and he still hasn't really ramped up to that volume. So the best tactical knife maker in America is only able to produce 100 to 150 knives per year, and this is very limiting because there are hundreds of knife owners that would like to have one of his customs, so it's going to be a while for the rest of them. What do I like about the knife? I like its size. A 3-inch blade with a 4-inch handle is the perfect EDC size. I wish all knife makers had one of this size in their lineup. And the fit and finish are exceptional. Everything is done excellently. The blade grinds, the satin finish, the custom anodizations that I've ordered, and the custom materials are high quality. Everything is top quality with Steve Skiff's knives. I like it that there's minimal signage. The only signage on the knife is whenever you close it, you can see his maker mark, Skiff there. The rest is hidden on the inside of the blade. So really, this knife is about the beauty of the knife and the beauty of the materials it's made of. Another thing I like about the company is that it's a family operation. The wife, Kim, does all the customer communications, and she always answers the phone whenever you call her, as long as it's within a reasonable hour. The son, Steve, does the Tormac milling work. He cuts out the handles and locks. He cuts out the pivot discs. And then the father, Steve, assembles the knife and does the hand finishing work. So it's really sweet that it's a family company like that. In summary, the Skiff Bandit is the lightest and best of Skiff-made blades. There's a reason Steve Skiff won the Best Tactical Folder Award this past year, and that reason is he does great, excellent work. If you're thinking about getting a custom tactical knife done, why not get it done by the guy who won the award for being the best tactical folder? Get the best in the industry. That's what I did. Well, that's it for the video for today. Hope you liked it. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you on the next House of Wisdom, Lightest and Best video.